Thank you all for joining me today. Got a nice trip up north in the prairie dog fields, shooting the JSB exacts, 15.89 grain pellets, which the S510 Ultimate Sporter sure seems to prefer. This is a panoramic 360. We had quite a few thunderstorms and came out of the mountains, and luckily we were spared. Stayed high and dry, just had to deal with the wind. Constant winds were around 4 to 5. We'd get spurts up to 12, 15, maybe a little bit higher at times. What you see here is a homemade ghillie wrap. Trying out on the gun. It wasn't pulled all the way forward. It usually rests on the front side of the air cylinder. I didn't notice that it came off of there. Here's the first prairie dog. It's just a little scene of them. Another one joins from the right hand side. I didn't have my gear ready. Just got done zeroing the rifle, checking zero at 50 yards, and my son had set the tripod up and started recording. And you can see he's sitting in some pretty tall grass right there. But it won't stay that way for long. The colony keeps growing, and more individuals keep running across the street and setting up shop over here. They've got a good 30-35 acres already gnawed down to nothing, bare ground. And the reason they do this isn't that there isn't food 100 yards away, because that's where they go eat. It's because they don't like the visual barriers. They like to see everything that's coming, so they just destroy the landscape. And this instance is a cattle pasture. We can't have that. Need that grass. Broke out my favorite cheater wrap, Sturlock, 72-yard shot, wind at the back. This prairie dog was 10 yards or so to the right of the last ones you saw there in the taller grass, and you can see this area right here is mowed down a little bit more. And if you go just a little further to the right of this, it's down to bare dirt. It was a clean shot. Presented me quartered away slightly. Got him in the back, squared up with his vitals, and you can see he didn't go anywhere. A couple nervous kicks, and that was it. And as I'm sure you heard on the last clip, it was 2 shots. The first one, I believe, was slightly to the left. May have been to the right. You couldn't see where it landed with the grass. The second shot was on target. I don't even think flinched or moved. The first shot, didn't even know it whizzed by. The wind was going pretty good. It was probably the strongest point right there, 12 to 15, but right at the back. It was no problem. This is the distance from where the shot was taken. You can see that's gnawed down pretty good. The ground, that is. That was the exit wound, I believe. And there's the entry wound on right there at the right shoulder. Square through his vitals. Setting up for the second shot in the same field. Did a walk around. Easy shot. I was sitting down with the bipod fully extended. Didn't get as good of a view as the tripod did there. Makes for a better video though. His head's still there. Focus. There we go. See him? to trace down to where I know he's at.
We'll zoom all the way out, Bubba.
Focus.
You on him?
There you go. Wait on a clear pop-up of his head. Figure out where he keeps bringing it up to. And right there. Easy money. Here's a half-speed playback. Not much to show there. That's the entry wound. I believe I had a slight angle up on him. I think the next picture will show you. Be warned, it's gruesome, lots of blood. Just from flipping him over. That's the damage that was done. Over to the actual dairy farm. And they were curious as could be. Curious as cows. First shot here was a 55-yarder. He was a little anxious. He knew we were there. Staying on his toes. I had refilled the rifle, loaded the magazines, and left one cylinder empty so that I wasn't loaded driving 5 miles over to this field. And dry fired. Second one got him though. Sure the first one would have got him. Heavy blood trail running down that hole with the flashlight. I couldn't see any furry backside when he got down a little bit, but that was a solid hit and he was done. Scope cam. Panoramic over the cows there. So the weather's clearing up a little bit, except for down south there was another system coming in. Here's the fourth shot, a 50-yarder. Check out the size of this guy. Now I had thought I had completely missed him. I was off to the left of this camera, and with this view it looks like I missed him to the left. I'm saying, look at that fat prairie dog. How could you miss that at 50 yards? Well,
got him.
Pay attention closely to these next clips. Didn't miss at all. May have jerked slightly to the left, but he should not have got away the way he did. That was a long shot. He would have expired very shortly. Not satisfactory to me, but it's better than a miss or just winging him. He had some giddy up. And look at the size of him. You can see the pellet right there in the center. And there's the impact. Right there's center mass. Well, this guy decided to hitch a ride on a sock walking across the pasture and to try out the new camera. There's another still shot of the last target of the day. 102 yards. Wind had slowed down to about nothing, almost right in my face. Sticks his head up after running about 12 yards past where he was just standing, and took one right in the dome. I was very happy with that shot. JSB had plenty out at that range. There's some slow motion on it. Long story short here, I had missed once high, didn't like the holding Starlock given me, so I had moved it to 3.6 and hit the target. This is right before pellet impact. There's right as it's making impact. The head's expanding from the pressure. And you can see the damage that was done. Gruesome picture. He took all of that lead. This is the distance shot. 102 yards from the blood-stained hole back to the fence post in front of the truck. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, whichever you prefer. Have a good one. Appreciate your time. Dun dun dun.